watching already. Hi, everybody. Good evening.
Hi.
We are visiting you again with my beautiful friend Alina, Andrea Alina, and
Thank you.
well, we are just having a casual chat. You're very welcome to contribute. And the topic of this video today is: should women accept proposals and gifts from different men, from other men? Let's say when you are in a dating stage, should you be concerned as a man? Should you show your dissatisfaction, jealousy, or should you stay focused and achieve what you want to achieve? Should you basically control, should you try to control or put conditions to a woman? Let's say that it's an early stage of dating. Obviously, we're not talking about receiving gifts or proposals when you are married, but as a woman. But we want to talk today about etiquette. And we all selfish, we all have egos, let's be honest. And Alina is really, I would say, an expert in a way on this because she saw many cases of this. And I'm really curious, what is your opinion on this? Do you think that it's appropriate for a lady to um, consider her suitors, consider the man that interested in her? Or do you think that once you meet a man and it's mutual, you just should focus on him and him alone? um what do you think about it?
Well, I think, as always, men and women are different. And it it depends on the stage of the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
if there is even one. But if there is not a committed relationship, I think the lady is in all her rights to accept different gifts um, from suitors, because these men are trying to court her, um, as well as any other. So courting a lady doesn't come with any warranty, sort of saying. Now, if you are
Mm-hmm.
already in an established committed relationship where there is a clear commitment from both parts, um, that can be different. And it's good to have good communication, as always, to make sure that, um, to learn what every part is comfortable with. But in general, I think ladies shouldn't feel bad to get different gifts from different men if they are not in a very clearly established committed relationship. Not at all.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting that you say that, because a lot of people now, when you say that, you're dating, a lot of people assume that the dating has it's more than just going out to dinner, or more than just spending time together. So, a lot of people assume that if the woman is considering different men, is that she could be immoral because or this could be immoral because she may be intimate with different men. Like, what in your world, when you're talking about dating and considering?
Mhm. Yes, of course. One thing is accepting gifts from other men, and another very, very, very different is to be intimate with this man or even kiss them
Mm-hmm.
or anything. That's another story, and this I completely understand that when you are meeting someone and you are in a um, more or less boyfriend girlfriend relationship, you shouldn't be kissing or even having more intimacy with anybody else. I personally don't think you should have intimacy with anybody without a commitment, but that's another story.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
accepting gifts from different men is is not bad at all. It's very normal in countries, in Eastern countries, like uh, Eastern Europe, and even the Middle East and India. Ladies have many suitors that try to
Mm-hmm.
give them or present the lady with so many gifts and so many. Even big things like real estate are their achievements, and they know they don't
Mm-hmm.
have any right against other men that are doing the same. So it's just yeah, it's just the lady, whenever she decides to um pick a man, she does, without feeling bad of having had many suitors. Otherwise, just because a man wants to court a woman, uh, that's it for the woman. He cannot be considered any other man. That's not natural. A man has to earn this position, and this comes with time and commitment
Mm-hmm.
from his side.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I think that it's probably safer for the woman, and we're talking about women who are maybe more traditional, because of course, in a modern day culture there is a lot of women that entertain different questionable situation or situationships, and I
Of
think
course.
that's why we have such a decline in the quality of people and quality of relationships, and we have so many women that have children from multiple men because they became too close with men who just maybe made them a compliment, and then before they know it, they end up with a child or end up left with nothing. That's why I think that it is very fair. In centuries, men competed for women, and it wasn't a bad thing. I think men who can't offer anything, they are very quick to call women names and be offended and mad about it. But even in wild nature, men, I mean males, the male species, they have some dances, they have some competitions, and they compete for a woman. So I don't think there is anything wrong with that. When
Absolutely.
you are in a committed relationship, when you know that this man is, with you, and he shows effort and he doing a lot of things, I would try not to do anything that would hurt his dignity, his self-respect.
Mhm.
And it varies from one man to another. But I think it's important by that time to understand and be the woman that when he's not there, if that man puts effort, he makes your life easier, he is um, committed, and you're his first priority in life. I think as a response to that, a woman should consider his preferences as well. And I think a smart man understand that other man could try to approach his woman, and he should trust you enough to handle the conversation when he is not around, for example. But if he has commitment issues, if he does not know what he wants, if he blows hot and cold, if he doesn't know, he's like, oh, I don't know, let's figure out what we are, or um let's see how that goes, or I like you, but if the man is confused, I think the woman is has a right to do whatever she needs to do to fulfill her life.
Absolutely, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And even if he's not confused, as we know, well, my in my understanding, words are very easy to say. But a
Mm-hmm.
man needs to show commitment in other more serious ways if he
Mm-hmm.
expects a lady to don't even consider any other man. Our timings
Yes, I
are very
agree.
different, our biology is different. We are generally, as ladies, we have a lot of more time constraint because we had to do certain things in a very short period of time, and even without having that pressure, that the dynamics of nature, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that the lady should give herself to the first man that wants to have her for him
Mm-hmm.
only. it takes
I
it takes a
agree.
cost to be the boss, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So the cost is not just words, in my opinion. The cost has
Mm-hmm.
has to be serious actions and serious commitments, and
Mm-hmm.
And when a lady see this man is really investing in her, really made a commitment to her, um, then maybe she can feel more free to don't accept gifts. I still think she could accept them. Of course, if she's married, that's a different story. But unless she's
Mm-hmm.
not married yet, she doesn't have any real commitment to not accept gifts from any
Mm-hmm.
other men. That's my opinion. If this
Mm-hmm.
man wants to secure this lady so much, then he can secure her by
Mm-hmm.
committing seriously to her.
I
But that's
agree.
just my opinion.
No, I agree with that. I think that a lot of women, put themselves in a very difficult predicament because they believe the words, they believe, the man's excitement, but they don't wait for contribution. I think that when men invest in a woman, he's probably saying the truth about his feelings, and his feelings not just gonna fly out of the window, because when you work hard and you have hours of your labor and you invest that finance, that time, that effort in woman's life, I think that the man loves you, the number one thing he's trying to make your life easier, not harder, not destroy you emotionally, not destroy you. He it's like you have this innate desire to improve, the to make your woman's life easier, so she's not even, and she's not even considering anybody else, and you doing that by putting effort and investing in her. And a lot of women, they don't even wait for men's investment, and the problem with men, they don't appreciate anything they didn't work hard for. That's the problem with men. As women, we want to reward men because we're like, oh, he's so nice, he's so emotional, like, he I know, with your work, was in the matchmaking, you've seen a lot where men go crazy about the woman. He's so excited, his head over heels, and then when it comes to business, when it comes down to providing for her necessities, all of a sudden he's lost. I would like you to, if you don't mind sharing about that, like maybe a few examples when, when you feel like maybe you even have a couple already, and then, the man is like, oh yes, yes, she's my dream, I couldn't even dream, she's like everything. And then, before you know it, it's he's like, oh yeah, but action doesn't happen. Tell me about it. It's so fascinating to me.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I witnessed a couple of stories where men were very keen on meeting a lady and going forward with her. Uh, and they loved everything about her. It was their dream woman in every single aspect. But then they didn't have to. They didn't want to commit with actions to to the lady. They didn't want to, for example, contribute financially at all in her life.
Mm,
Yet they wanted a traditional lady that believes in traditional gender roles. Um, but they had different expectations. Sorry, they had these expectations for the lady, but uh, they wouldn't think about the expectations that these ladies have too, which is a man of action, a man that is ready to commit, and a
mm-hmm,
man that don't expect, um, for example, intimacy or anything given by the lady without commitment and without real tangible actions that are not just
mm-hmm,
words that fly with the wind.
mm-hmm,
So I work only with ladies. I vet everybody in my agency, and the ladies that I work with, they are all very intelligent, and they certainly won't care about the man telling them the world. Um, Ladies want a traditional man that is not just talk or expectations for
mm-hmm,
him, but he has to embody these traditional values that men um, of a traditional mindset have. And that's definitely to know their place as well. When they are courting a lady, you have to earn um, the let's call it ownership, although that's not
Mm-hmm.
socially
Yeah.
as accepted nowadays, but you have to earn that
Mm-hmm.
with your actions, tangible, real, in real life. That's definitely beyond words to to win that lady.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, this lady is free. You shouldn't try to, as you say, make her life more difficult with intrusive questions or bring in
Yes. Mm-hmm.
controlling topics. It's not it's not the time to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some
I
men can
agree.
be a little bit protective. That's fine, but you
Mm-hmm.
need to know when you have right to be overprotective and when you haven't earned that right yet. So that
Mm-hmm.
is essential for any man that wants to date a traditional lady. It's they have to be a traditional man too and understand that it takes man actions to get and win certain kind of ladies.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree with that. And I would tell men, if you're worried, you're jealous if somebody else give you a flower, somebody else sent you a gift, don't worry about that stuff. Most men do not know how to lead. I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but it's truth of unsaid, our said reality right now. I mean, reality is different for everybody, but I would say, I had clients who would ask me, Veronica, how do I know she does not go out on dates with other men? Veronica, how do I know she doesn't, introduce she doesn't speak to other men? And I told him, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to know. If you're going to ask, you're gonna look like a weak, insecure loser. You have to worry about you. What is it that you can offer? It's like in any healthy way. When I have, like, let's say, I mean, it's a strange example, but if I have sales in my store, with my first, I don't go and look at other stores and say, oh my gosh, they have this, but I'm not one. Yes, I think, oh wow, this is a beautiful store as well. Wow, this is beautiful, but I'm not focusing on this. I'm not getting my binoculars and trying to see what they're doing over there. Maybe their clients, maybe they're doing better than me, but maybe my clients are different than theirs. And I think that no matter how many admirers the lady have, what she gets in mail, what kind of gifts, she is looking for a specific kind of man. And if you are that kind of man and you feel like you are, you don't have to worry and look extremely insecure. The best thing that you can do is be a man with a plan, like which master general said. You're absolutely correct. When you're a man with a plan, you have a vision, you know what the heck you're going to do. You don't have to worry about nobody because you just going to be the one and only. If you Because most men, they are capable of gestures, especially for the short time, and it's actually very common. uh it's very common when men sometimes really send their representative, and they shower you sometimes with gifts and things. It is nice. It shows that the men have some disposable income, and maybe he's a gentleman. But serious ladies who are so highly sought after, they are not looking for mm, they're not looking just for the treats and gifts. They actually want to see what your character is. And if you have the courage to make that proposal, if you have the courage to put a ring on her finger, so other men don't question, is she single, is she married? If the woman has to tend for herself, and when she's going out, men approaching her, because you don't have the guts, you don't have the balls, I'm sorry for my French,
Mhm.
you don't have the courage, the commitment, the plan, the vision to secure this woman, buy her a beautiful ring and propose to her and make it official. You put her, just by her not having a ring on her hand, you put her in a situation. Less men will mess with a woman, let's would try to approach or sexually harass a woman that has an obvious sign that she is married or engaged or married. I can tell you that for sure, that yes, you put protection over your woman, and then yes, you have principles. You don't want. I respect, a woman should have a respect for her man, and just because he's not looking, if this man truly committed and made it clear and claim her in front of your friends and family, I think it's a woman's dignity to not even be available. Even if you have social media presence, even if you have Instagram, you just ignore all this noise, because I want to tell you guys, we really don't care about this admires, is this, oh, you, so we don't care about it, because we lived long enough to know that yes, men can be inspired by you, women can be inspired by you, but in the end of the day it means nothing, and we just generally need one man that is there for the good and for the bad, the one that can see us crying without makeup, sick, upset, and they still love us. Your compliments count. When you see us, when you see us not doing so good, when you see us up and down, low and high, your love counts, your commitment counts. Don't worry about others, other people. You only in competition with yourself. What can you offer?
Yes, I completely agree with you. I think a woman naturally will not want to entertain any man or accept even gifts when she is in an actual committed relationship with
Mm-hmm.
alpha kind of man, or a man
Mm-hmm.
that clearly have shown that he is a go-getter. He knows how to take responsibilities and he likes to take responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
I think, as I say, it takes a cost to earn certain positions, like in a company, in a job, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever you do in life. If you want to achieve certain position, you have to earn it. So it's the same with relationships. In this case, um, a man should understand his place until he has taken responsibility of his role as a man, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's a different story. But that will happen naturally. I think a man should never be too concerned about if his lady
Mm-mm.
has received a gift from any other man. Um, yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous. I think when a man knows that he's with a woman that is with him, and she naturally loves him and respect him as a man, I think he there is no room to doubt. I think it's very
Mm-hmm.
clear. Of
Yeah, I think you need to spend time to see what character your woman has, because I think it's very
course.
important how both, like husband and wife, or man and woman, when they're not in the room, how they behave. Because some men, when you're not in the room, they will be hitting on other women. Some men are like that, and I think it's such an embarrassment to everybody. And some women would do the same. So I think when you really feel that this person, that's
Mhm.
such an incredible thing, and you found a pot of gold. You should keep it. I want to make a little bit of a side note. I think that also, if your wife or husband are a performer, maybe they have like a popular channel or Instagram, like they do some kind of art, or maybe they helping people. You have to understand that sometimes they could get gifts that are not. It's not a result of them flirting. It's not a result of them trying to get attention. Sometimes people. Send you appreciation, or even is at their office, maybe they are this amazing person that saves everybody's day, and they get cards and gifts. It could be men too, but I mean usually it's women. But maybe you get some kind of recognition. Don't be jealous to that. You should be happy for your for the woman you're with, or the man you're with, when you know that he is noticed, or she is noticed, she is appreciated. That is different than flirting or being inappropriate with others. That's completely different. Maybe you're a performer, maybe you play music or you dance. I think that's just a bit different. But in this day and age, don't show your insecurity because somebody um is appreciating. How often do you appreciate the woman you are with? How often do you tell her she's talented, that she's brilliant? Worry about this, I would say.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's okay if it's in a joking way, maybe to just hint that
Mm-hmm.
maybe he gets a little bit bothered by other men
Mhm.
gifting
But
you
you don't know, it
something.
maybe not even be a man, Like
Yeah.
I have a, I sometimes it's not a man, it could even be a friend, a girlfriend, and you look like such an idiot when you start to be jealous.
Yes, yes, and that's a big. It puts, I think, men and women off because it's a sign of insecurity or too much free
Mhm.
time or entitlement sometimes
Mhm.
because again there's maybe some circumstance that's more acceptable and more understandable, but
Mhm.
you have to get there to have this kind of expectations. So
Yes.
yeah, it can look really it can look really stupid, to be honest.
Yes.
Like it's
I think
it's
you need to have trust. You need to have trust. If you don't have trust, if you need to check someone's phone, if you I think it's just it's just a little bit too much. Imagine you just met a woman. She really think you are an interesting man. You are staying in your masculine. She's slowly warming up to you. You're leading her, and then she starts warning about your exes, about who did what. Like you're gonna be so all the love, all the excitement you had for her, you you're gonna suddenly feel like. Mm, something is off. If she could start to worry about, are you seeing anybody else? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? It just kind of throws this like needy, weird vibe, like validate me. And I think it's just very unnecessary. And we have some interesting comments.
oh, let's see.
I'm gonna read a few comments, and we actually gonna call it a a day, not a day, but we're gonna call it
Alive.
yeah, yes, we're gonna call it a live for this particular video. We are considering making another topic if we have energy left in the tank, which I'm not sure, but we'll
Yes.
see. Um, yes, but in general, I think that it all depends on the circumstance. If you just met somebody, don't try to control them. If you have not offered them nothing, if you have not committed to them, uh, you know,
Especially in that case, please don't. And yeah, don't ask
yeah.
questions like, "Are you seeing any other men?" and things like that in a very early stage of
Yes,
courting a
I'm not
lady,
blind.
because yeah, you have no rights to ask this intrusive question if she just met you. She doesn't know if she truly likes you. You need to show what you got, sort of
I'm
saying.
seeing, I'm seeing. I have my eyes.
Exactly.
Yes. Don't worry about other people. The more I live, the more I realize you're not really competing as much with others as you think, because your person does not care about others. They care about you doing what you're supposed to do. Don't get obsessed about other people.
Mhm.
Um It's as it goes for both men and women. So anyway, let's read some comments. A man with a plan. Yes. Hey Jason, thanks so much for stopping by. Can you please drop some of my links? Can you be so kind if you're still here? Thanks so much, Jason. Good to see you. Привет. Witchmaster General, hello. I loved your comments today. Man with a plan. Show me a man with a plan, and I'll show you a man in command. Yes. Anthony Warner, hello. Veronica speaking. Truth always. The cold Slavic beautiful truth. No bullshit. Yes. Yes. No, I really don't like the too much of sugar
Sugar
coating.
coating. Mhm.
Yes.
And who doesn't
Uh,
appreciate authenticity? I think everybody loves that.
mhm. I mean, I'm trying to be a lady, but I just can't.
You're such a lady.
I can't. Yes, I think that I would love to be even more so, but mm, the kind of lies that they telling us, I think, are destroying us. So sometimes you just have to be real.
No, I
But
think
yes.
the society nowadays they need a big cup of realness and seeing things how they are,
Mm-hmm.
and both men and women in relationships too, because it's madness. At least in this country and in the West, it's definitely not satisfactory. No one is really satisfied in general with the dating culture and relationships. Maybe this has something to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that it would be so much more honest when people just would keep it more direct and more real. Like in Slavic culture, when you did not before you committed, before you proved your intentions, and sometimes it means really being involved in your woman's life. It's not like you see her every other weekend or you call her sometimes. This is not something that if she has any self-esteem, she's not gonna take you seriously. We just, I mean, that's nice. It's nice to have your attention, but you have to understand you're not entitled. You may not, if you don't want to do something, that is okay, but understand that you're not entitled, and she's not cheating on you because you have not proven yourself. You had not committed, you had not claimed her in front of your family.
Hmm.
You want her to say no to every opportunity, and then you're going to tell her, well, I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm just not ready. And usually men say this after this modern culture, after you became intimate with them, they're like, I need to focus on myself now. Just understand, if you have a daughter or a sister, you would tell them the same thing. You would not
Absolutely.
want them to get used and to get not only used but to get like misled.
That's why I also don't recommend a woman in general to have intimacy with anyone that hasn't done a very clear commitment. That doesn't
Mhm.
involve just words. So yeah, it's and we live in a culture that is completely the opposite. Everything has become very frivolous, and I think men are also very opportunistic. They by nature they exploit opportunities more. That's why they are sometimes very good at business. And yeah,
They're good at
this
storytelling.
exactly. So so yeah, it's um yeah. Hopefully, ladies know better and they don't fall with any any nice expectation or any blah blah blah. That's not real actions and real commitment.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I completely agree, and as women we were raised on all this romance, all those beautiful things. Like we really, when men, profess his feelings, and we could feel it, and I actually was talking about this today, we get excited about these things, but I think it's even a surprise for a man that unless he believes that he's in love. A lot of, I'm sure that in your practice you had men that they truly believe that they were in love with that woman, but when it comes to action, they stall because
Mhm.
they're not prepared, or they're not ready to put that effort to change their life, to be in a position, to have a wife, or a woman that they're taking care of. So it's, so sometimes you think you're telling the truth even for yourself, but in fact, you have nothing to prove your intentions with. And before, there was a community, women, family, uncles, there was a whole community. You don't just meet somebody from the dating app. You would know their family, would know their fathers and grandfathers. Now you just meet somebody, and you know nothing about them.
Mhm. So
um
true.
oh my gosh, I love this. Which make it general says the man should be the Lord of the Rings. I love that. Okay, that's
Yes,
a winning comment. I
we
love that.
agree.
The Lord of the Rings. Yes, exactly. I love that. I love that. That's gold right there. Hey,
Mhm.
Saeed. Uh, this was great one to just listen. Thank you. Hey, CCGB. Hello, darling. Welcome. You can copy all the links that you see that Jason posted, and yes, I mean they are posted, but yeah, you can sometimes repost those, or I can send you, but I don't know where to send it to you. Jason, could you just in case post my email, consultveronica@gmail.com, so if needed I can contact CCGB because she's also my moderator now. You have just the best attitude, CCGBs. Thank you. You are such a breath of fresh air. Thank you for your kind words. You must trust someone to feel safe with them and feel safe with someone to trust. Wait, you must trust someone to feel safe with them and feel safe with someone to trust them. Yes.
Exactly.
Very.
That's a very good phrase too.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Trust and safety are the two most important strong pillars, yes, in relationships, and be it friend, lovers, or professional trust and safety. Yeah. And this is very hard to find. Because the trust is earned. It's not rushed.
Exactly. And trust requires authenticity. So, yeah, there's also an epidemic, especially I find in this country, that you never know. People can tell you one thing, but you never really know if they mean it or not. So it takes a little extra time here to build trust in general.
Mm-hmm.
Just because people are maybe too polite. I don't know about you, but I rather take one Slavic style
Mm-hmm.
raw. Oh wow, beautiful flowers! Wow.
Yes. I would rather take, I would rather, see see things in action and not just words and promises.
Yes, exactly. Me too. That's
We should
also my
match our
style.
bouquets. Let's raise our bouquets for the celebration of love and what else
This
it is.
is
Yes.
mine.
Yes, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yes. Would you rather, I mean, you can trust a man, but you trust him more when he thought about you and send you something nice, you
Of
know?
course, absolutely. Because it's not about words, it's about actions. That's
Yes.
the moral of the
Yes.
story. So a gift says it's some action that was at least it's a little action that has been taken that builds up over time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and we talked about it that thought is counting, the thought is the thought that counts. And I think that the trust, I had a client one time, he told me, he told me, like, what is the fastest way I can make a woman trust? Uh, I can make a woman trust me. And I told him the whole point of trust is that you take time. There is no fastest ways, there is no shortcuts. It's however long it takes for her to feel that she can trust you.
Exactly.
And as women we are a lot more vulnerable, so how do we I like the point that you made, that words and affirmations and all of this and spending time, all of those things are beautiful, but when men spend their hard earned money and they'll help you, with whatever, and it doesn't mean that you are hungry or you don't have your own, or you are, no, I'm not talking about women that are struggling and asking you or trying to um use you in some way. Absolutely not. As when man shows that he cannot do it any other way, he doesn't want you to see struggling. He can't sleep at night when he knows that he could make your life better, and he doesn't.
Exactly. I think trust comes when you feel that the other person has your best interest in mind and not their own. I think when you have some kind of reassurance of that is when you start really trusting the person.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So we just sharing these things. This world is so confusing. I see a lot of very young girls, teenagers, and oh my gosh, they're probably the most confused people on the planet Earth.
Mhm.
And I hope that maybe one day I will start make content, like a woman's channel and contact for like um, for younger content. Yes, for younger women, because I feel that women don't understand their value and their impact on men's life, and men don't realize that um, The way they treat women at some point will backfire in their life.
Yeah,
They don't realize it. They feel like it's all jokes, and sometimes they string women along. Like you mentioned that, women, most women that I'm talking about, they are traditional. They want to have families. They want to have children, and there is a timeline for that, and it's very difficult when you go over timeline. And when a woman trusts a man with no plan, she will definitely go over her timeline, and her dream will never come true, or
exactly,
come true with a lot of hardships. And
exactly.
that is why, guys, we can't give you commitment and endless years of waiting for you,
Yeah,
you know
that's a harsh truth. It's also hard for a
Mhm.
woman because sometimes you maybe really like a man, you have a feel a lot of attraction for him, but you can tell that he's not.
Mhm.
Um,
About
uh,
nothing.
yeah, exactly. He is not committing. He hasn't achieved what it needs to be achieved, or he just is not willing to take responsibilities or something along the lines of someone that is not mature enough or not enough or too young or something like this, and
Mhm.
that's yeah, it's hard for the lady to if she actually relax him, but I think we should never give a man any real commitment unless he uh, shows his commitment and his um, uh, go-getter ways. And it's not just a plan; it has to be already some actions that you can tell that okay, it's not
Mhm.
just talk. Um, because there are so many men with so many business ideas, but that doesn't unfortunately mean that they are going to um, flourish or that
Mhm.
human is a good
Mhm. Mhm.
businessman or whatever. It's a man has to earn the commitment of a lady. That's the moral of the story. And if he's not ready yet, he should just get ready, focus on that. It's everybody has gone through that. Every man
Mhm.
should have a time when he has to be ready to take this kind of
Yes.
responsibilities because it's a big responsibility and he shouldn't take it lightly. So
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with that. I think usually masculine men will feel wouldn't even try with any lady if they are not ready to take the responsibility that it takes. They
Mhm. I
just
completely agree with you on this.
mhm. They will
Yeah,
just wait until they are ready, and that's it.
yes, I was literally making live this morning this about talking that, instead of chasing women when you're younger or not established, better focus on your goals. You don't have to chase women. When
Yeah.
you have your life together, you're gonna have options to choose from. You won't
Mhm.
have to chase and where are you? What are you doing? Like you're not gonna be breathing down anybody's neck because you will have options, you will have respect. And for men under 30 years old especially, build yourself. You're gonna be thankful later because it's much harder to build when you already have a wife and a child, and here you decide to study. I was always like in shock in America. There is always like people getting their more education when they work 2 3 jobs. They already have a family. You already have a wife and you have kids and you work all these crazy shifts. I mean, I appreciate the hustle, but what you were doing before that, why
Mhm.
did you take in the burden? I mean, with the financial responsibility of a wife and children. You're 40 years old and you have, of course you're miserable, of course things are not working out. You have 3 shifts here. Good for you if understand entrepreneurship and you can do things like that. But you're not seeing your wife, you're not seeing your kids, you're mad at everybody, and you also decide to go to study. I'm like, you know why? Because in United States, and ladies and gentlemen, tell me if I'm wrong, a lot of people spend their youth, their 20s, and even part of 30s on partying,
Mhm.
or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
going out, trying drugs, trying like parties. I don't know. Like you spend your most productive, your most when you have the most energy, you spend it on all kinds of BS.
That's exactly the case in Western Europe too. Basically, kids are kids. I mean, people remain teenagers until they are 30, 35, or even 40 in the case of
Mm-hmm.
Spain, for example. Most
That's
most
crazy.
people. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this creates men that aren't ready until they are literally in a retirement age to take responsibility of a family. And some men are also very defeatist, and they think, oh, nowadays it's impossible because this and that, and life is so
Because I haven't
expensive.
prepared, because I played my entire life, I played myself, I was fooling around, and now it's impossible.
Exactly. I cannot imagine a man from my grandparents' generation saying this kind of defeatist phrases like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, now it's actually easier than ever. We have the internet. There are so many ways to make money nowadays, even online from anywhere. You can
Mm-hmm.
educate yourself even on here on YouTube, or like there's all this information uh, available that our grandparents didn't have also. So there is no
Mm-hmm.
excuse. I think your 20s is a decade that anybody could find a way. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
you can always fail. Things can go wrong. That's understandable. But you need to have some history of having achieved something, even if you lost it at some point. But yeah, this means that you at least know
Mm-hmm.
how to build things, and you will probably build another again.
Yes, this is funny. You're talking about, I talk about this morning, literally.
Really?
Literally, I talk about the internet. Everybody has internet. If you have time playing video games and chasing women and putting likes and comments and being addicted to some fake Instagram models or whatever, you can use that time, or corn for that matter. Uh,
Mhm.
you can use that time to see how you can monetize your skill or open a little hustle. Everybody's possible of doing it. I can tell you, as an immigrant myself, as a person that didn't know how to use a credit card, because when I was in Ukraine, we used under the table envelopes for salary.
I
I
love
never
it.
used the credit card. So when I was here, I was like, okay, tell me, how do I use a credit? And that was only like 15 years ago or 16. I was like, how do I use a credit card so I don't look like an idiot in the store? I don't, I've never heard of PayPal, and I've never sold a single thing in my life. In
Mhm.
Ukraine, I was working in a big company that was tour operators, that was receiving people from all over the world, visiting Ukraine. It was, now it feels even more special than before, but
Mm.
but I got my salary in envelope, black,
I
you
love
know.
that.
We call it black salary. It called black salary. Yes, because it's under the table, what they say. Yeah,
Mm,
I didn't make the rules. People could not afford pay those insane taxes to hire.
mm.
But
Wow.
the world is your oyster, and before you cut
Yes.
women's wings, because as women, in Andrea would say too, we are inspired by beautiful things.
Yes.
they, they make us feel good. Look at beautiful Andrea dress. Look at her jewelry. Look how lovely she looks. And
Thank you.
like you can have a man that will tell you, you don't need this dress, you don't need this jewelry, you don't need this pretty earrings, you don't need to do your hair. Like, yeah, I mean, to survive, you don't need to do none of those things, right? Like, you're not gonna die if you don't do your hair or you don't wear a nice dress, but it's not gonna be you. It's gonna be, I don't know, a shadow.
Yes, exactly. And why having this again is no one likes a person with this scarcity mindset. Why will a man say you don't need these things? Yeah, we know we don't need these things, but we happen to like beauty, just like
Mhm.
men like
We also
beauty
don't need
too.
you.
Just like men like beautiful woman, we don't cry about it. It is what it is. So we like
Mhm.
beautiful things. It's that's why we like to decorate nice. We love. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, since I was a kid, I used to love creating cute crafts and uh,
Mhm.
just decorating
Decorating.
and
Oh yeah, I
making
love
everything
that.
beautiful and pretty and cute tea sets and things like that. It's just in our nature. It is what it is.
Mhm. Yeah, last thing you want to do is is let a woman let go of all of your choices, all of your options, all of your admirers, only to put her in a controlling situation where you're gonna control her every move, her every stand, and you will not provide her anything of what she loves. If we get inspired by beauty, I can decorate all day. Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite things. Decorate, create atmosphere. I love candles. The only reason I don't have candles right now because I would get myself on fire. Because I move, I do, like, but sometimes we can, even at home, I always, if for people that are close to me knows that I always have candles at home. I love flowers, and it's not that. It's just something that we have as women. It's our expression of our femininity. So you need to consider those things. You don't want your woman to just become a pale shadow of herself.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Yes, perfect time to drop a few links. Thank you guys for supporting. Hello, Terry. Hello, beautiful. Good to see you. Thank you. Aaron, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Guys, I want to say special thank you for those of you who have been supporting my work. It's just so discouraging, honestly, when YouTube demonetize you, when you really didn't, you didn't do anything horrible. I could have made a mistake. I still don't know what happened, but
I think it's too much truth, Veronica.
yeah,
This
I
country is
don't
not ready
know.
for it.
I don't know. I think maybe somebody was reporting me. One of my friends on YouTube that has a very big YouTube channel. He told me that the green hair ladies. Um, but I don't know. I could have made a mistake. They sometimes tell you, "Oh, you are, you how do they say it? You mm, like messed up the guidelines. How to say this? You uh didn't follow our guidelines, but they don't tell you what exactly you didn't follow or what did you do. So regardless, I'll be honest, it discouraged me for a little bit because I felt like maybe nobody needs this, and what did I do wrong, and why can't I get rewarded a little bit for my time. But I realized that this passion is bigger than all the reservations, and I want to thank those of you guys who've been buying
Oops.
me coffee. Bless
Sorry.
you. Thank you guys for buying me coffee and tea and whatever else. And I want also to my beautiful friend Alina to share about her uh, the things that she offers. She is very passionate about her business. She loves the traditional way. She's also from Europe, and she has some Eastern European descent as well as other. And she wants to spread the word, and she wants to also encourage and inspire people to consider to do things the old fashioned way. And please tell us about your website.
Thank you, Veronica. So I
Mm-hmm.
have a matchmaking agency for traditional minded people. So this matchmaking agency is only for people with traditional values that believe in things like gender roles and old school manners and courtesy and the good old traditional values we all know. So yes, it's a tailor-made service. We take our work very seriously. We are determined to find you the love of your life with traditional values, and we vet and screen every member so well to make sure that they are what they say they are. And yeah, we want to build good all beautiful relationships again that are there to last,
Mm-hmm.
like our grandparents. So yes, we also offer warranty if we don't find you the your ideal match that you want. We have a money back policy too. So We just want to, yeah, we just want to build good traditional couples again that thrive and make the
Mhm.
society a little bit like it was back then in our grandparents' time.
Yes, like despite or in spite, is it despite or in spite? Just I want to say
Both.
despite all odds, to create something beautiful despite all odds.
Exactly, exactly.
Mhm. I'm
Despite
gonna.
the current waste of relationships that are definitely not working very well for most people, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. I mean, I think that our society would win so much in that. I think we lost patience. People just want to have short things and quick things. But look how many people are unhappy, how many children are unhappy. Uh, like what it did. Like compare the generations, uh, the older generations, the stable environment, the beautiful things they had, and compare this new stuff.
Hmm.
Oh, is it okay?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna post. I'm posting you. I hope I wrote it correctly.
Oh,
Traditionalcourting.com.
perfect. Thank you so much, Veronica. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's
Yes.
free to register. So if you are not sure about it, you can still register for free.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, hopefully we will get in touch.
Yes. Yes. I think that there could be somebody who is looking, and I think it's so easy to get discouraged in this world because we talk about men and men dropping the ball, but the system always changes together. Obviously, women dropping the ball right now just as hard, dropping the ball in terms of their values, their morality, um their choices, their standards. I live in my own mind, so I don't think it exists because I live, in my mind I live, and it's completely different. Like I'm like an alien. I live in this
It's a
beautiful fantasy, you know.
self-defense mechanism.
uh
Me too. I think it's
mhm.
a bit of a self-defense mechanism so that it doesn't splash you basically, and it doesn't corrupt your mindset because
Yes,
it
but
does affect you, your environment, whether you like it or not.
exactly, but this reality doesn't have to be your reality. If there are ladies who have no standards and they go out for one night stand relationships. I mean, you can't call them relationships. I'm just saying for one night stands. Or there are women that living with unfaithful husbands, or there are women who are um, sacrificing their lives to men who don't appreciate them. They are forever boyfriend. Like they accepting all this stuff. I think it's sad that we even have these situations, and um, it all exists, but I think it's important to think about the opposite of it. I'm looking at Melania Trump. I'm looking at Usha Vance, JD Vance, right? It's in English because it's Vance in Russian, but or Ukrainian. I'm looking at these beautiful couples. I'm looking at the people that have that elegance and that class, and I want to, um, you know, I want to be inspired by that.
Yes, exactly. That's why I try to do too. I like to just surround myself with beautiful couples and or single people, but with
Mm-hmm.
traditional values and
Mm-hmm.
models and uh, yeah, like just I don't know, I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but just good old morality essentially that in the day
Mm-hmm.
by day is yeah, education is not very common, and it's a shame because I think the world was a lot more beautiful when everybody was
Mm-hmm.
more
Well, I think that's
like.
be that's another topic that we can also talk sometime, about
Mm-hmm.
the common education understanding. I think it's so important.
Mm-hmm.
Um and yeah, I think that we can do better. And the thing is, we all know examples of people who have standards. Hey, Bronson. I think good to see you, Bronson. Happy Valentine's Day, Veronica. Thank you. And this is Andrea. So please, guys, wishing some good things and say hello to Andrea too. Is my beautiful friend. I know they don't, if we were going on like Zoom or something, they could see our names. But yes, let me introduce my beautiful friend who has a matchmaking agency. And let's see. Aaron is saying that he says, I would like to register. There are so many fake maker sites. This sounds so authentic and amazing opportunity. Uh, that's wonderful, Aaron. You can register. I think I posted the link. I think you saw that, the website.
Yes, it's
Come and
traditionalcourting.com, and we
mm-hmm.
have the register here page. You can
Mm-hmm.
register for free there. Thank you,
Okay.
Aaron. Look forward
I need
to
to
work with you.
renew my sniffing my pellets.
Oh,
Mm.
I love the fresh rose
Yeah,
smell.
it
It's one of
smells
my
so
favorite
good,
smells.
and I'm having a headache, so that helps. Guys, if you lady having a headache, let her put her roses, her jewelry. Jewelry is usually cold.
It's a
Bring
cooling
diamonds.
effect.
Yes. Remember, Bronson, remember when I was consulting you about bringing flowers, and I was in no, I think it was in a video. I'm like, okay, you don't want to bring flowers, bring diamonds.
No problem.
Oh, flowers are waste of money. Okay, how about real estate?
Yeah, this lasts forever. It's the best investment.
Yes, yes.
More
Mhm.
secure, more secure.
Yeah, real estate is fine.
Yeah. I love this reply, Veronica. Taking it with
Yes,
me.
yes. Man, I'm literally, and it's so interesting because all these little details, they really show you true feelings about somebody, I can't
Yes.
stress it enough.
Yes.
I mean, there is another side is communication and emotional intelligence, but we're gonna get into that a little bit later because for me personally, it's just as important that the person is emotionally intelligent and knows how to communicate. But
Mm.
it's all there are maybe three, four pillars that are very, very important, and we're not born perfect, but we can learn, observe, and become better.
Yes.
Um, yes. So let me see. CCGB, you're so awesome. You
Thank you
are
so
just so
much.
awesome.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you. CCGB is like she's like in most amazing she's most amazing moderator. I'm also a moderator, but not that amazing on Jesus Enrique Rosa's channel. He is amazing online friend. He's extremely professional. He has the best channel commentary channel. Right now it's about politics, but he also does body language. He has like 700 bazillion, gazillion, thousand, very big channel, but CCGB is always like so proper. I'm just there for inspiration and for like writing witty comments, but CCGB is on it. She's on the job. Like you are such an enthusiast. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Um, I think hi Mikey. I don't think a woman would like her man to receive text and gifts from another woman. Please, as long as it goes to my budget, go full ahead. So I don't think it's appropriate for both, right? Well, men do not get a lot of gifts usually from women. And hey, if you have women that send you expensive gifts, I'm here. I will intercept.
And no, once again, what applies to a man, it doesn't apply to a woman. It's people have a very hard time realizing that, but it just doesn't. It just doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
The men don't have the time constraint that we have, the time pressure. Men are very they benefit a lot from intimacy. Women don't in the
Well, it
consequences of the
depends.
payment.
It depends.
I mean, about the consequences.
It depends. It depends. Depends on intimacy. Yes, from some we don't benefit. That's for sure.
But I don't mean in the
Yeah, I know.
in
That's just me. My tea is to be
strong.
strong tonight. Yes, my tea is strong. My tea is strong tonight.
But yeah, it is not the same rules. I'm sorry, I don't know who wrote that, but it's
Yeah,
not.
they are not same. Thank you, my darling. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's true. I would say this. Mikey doesn't. It depends. We were talking about this. You can listen to the video. We actually have already answered that. We just a bit winded, so we're just joking about it. So yeah, if I have a man who gets gets expensive gifts, that's perfect for me. As long as it's my favorite color, um, my favorite size, my favorite style. I hope his lady knows what I like, so then we are good. Maybe she's celebrating me in his life. How generous, how thoughtful. I would be very touched. Yes. By the way, guys, if you want to support my channel, some of these lives I'm gonna keep on the channel, some of those lives I'm gonna put on my Patreon. So, and also on a Patreon, I think we can have some shows, just maybe we can help you with communicating, writing, coaching, and if it's something short, I can do it in a message. So consider joining Patreon for some of these live shows will be you know how sometimes you watch a live show and then it disappears. Usually it goes to my Patreon. This way, I'm also getting a little reward, but those people who are supporting me get to watch whatever they want at whatever time. And yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Jason, and thank you, CCGB. And I'm also helping Andrea for those who sign for those who sign for the package. You might have me as your relationship coach or the person
Mhm,
that will help you a little bit. You know already what I do, what I have been doing. So
mhm. Yeah, we have a relationship coaching packages too. So for men that want to do their own matchmaking search themselves, but they still want some guidance. From Veronica. She's the official relationship coach for traditional courting. So you can
Mhm.
speak to her one on one, and she can guide you in the process too personally.
Well, yes, if you like or need, yes, you know where to find me too. Um, you may need it. You may have time to watch my 5,000 million gazillion videos. That is cool too. Um, but if you have a short question, if you have a short question, let's say you have communication issues, or you are in a situation that you don't know quite what to do, you can write me on Patreon and I will give you the short consultation. You don't have to pay, my hourly or packages. Uh, and same as on my coffee side, when if you become a member, or let's say you support my coffee platform and you have a question or you need some help, I will help you. And I lately love to do voicemails because I feel like it's a short version of the phone call, and you can feel the way you can feel exactly what I mean. I prefer the voicemails now. I used to write, but now I try to do the voicemail. And if I have your social media and I see that you contributed to the great cause, I will just go to your social media and send you a voicemail, answer your questions. Of course, it's not like a long session, but sometimes you stuck. You just need help. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Thank you so much. You are too kind. Thank you. Thank you. And I would love for you to um consider these things and options. You are such a fine man. I just think that you deserve the best. And you are a wonderful friend, besides the professional relationship. And I love your values, I love your beliefs, I love your face. I appreciate a lot of things about you. I may not say it, but I really appreciate somebody who's consistent and somebody who is kind. We may differ on some views and outlooks, but this doesn't matter. Because the most important values are the human values, and the most important is how you treat people. And I really appreciate you. So I hope you're blushing.
I'm
uh,
blushing myself.
yes, well, I
That's so
don't have a
beautiful.
main. Yes,
Hmm.
Aaron was, we were on a trip together when I had a couple tours to Ukraine, and Aaron was there, and a bunch of other guys. It was special. So I have kind of special connection, and also, yeah, just all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Aaron been here a long time, and usually, it has a special meaning. Uh, oh, that would be so amazing. CCGB, that would be so special if that's something that you can do for absolutely free. If some of you guys who enjoy my videos, maybe this video, maybe another video, if you could share it on your social media or send it to a friend, that would be a huge, tremendous help.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to improve. I'm gonna work to improve the channel, to add some options, add some visuals, add some fun topics. But it all takes time. Right now, my goal was just to start talking and start just waking it up. Yes. Andrea, do you have anything else to say?
No, I think we covered more or less all the aspects of the topic. um, I don't have anything in mind right now.
I don't believe that. We can talk to till the cows come home.
No, I think that yeah, it's what we discuss is more or less what we think, and I think everybody should be focusing on being the best version of themselves and being doing fulfilling their role, whatever that is, and doing their
Hmm.
best. And don't expecting from even not just from people, from your partner, but from life. It's not a good way of living. I think we shouldn't have so many expectations. We should just focus on being the best version of ourselves, do our best, and then we don't need to have expectations because expectations will naturally meet us, if that makes any sense. But
Hmm.
you don't want, for example, you don't want attention from a lady because you demand it, or she to feel some kind of way that she cannot be herself because you are demanding it. That wouldn't be genuine. If you don't like the ways of a lady, since the beginning you can tell, and then you have discernment whether you want to pursue a relationship with her or
Hmm.
not. But if you took her as she was, you cannot try and change um, or her um, limit her options or anything about her life unless you have the rights to do so. And this comes with real commitment, real actions, and it
Hmm.
comes naturally. You don't
Yeah,
have to
not
demand
not
it.
promises.
No promises, and not sweet talk either.
Hmm.
Sweet talk is
Yes.
actually, it's not even masculine in my opinion. I think men should be more action oriented and not so much talk.
I agree. I think, when a man show his feelings, so he making, you a compliment, or he tells you that he loves you, maybe for the first time, or it should really be special. It should it should come from within. You should feel it. It should be authentic. It should shake you. It should make you. It should be an experience. It shouldn't be something that you throw these words, queen, like, oh, princess, queen, this, that. But you know what? This is not the truth, because you have not done the actions according to it. When you make, mm, we call it in Ukraine masla masline, which means buttery butter. When you just laying it sick, but it's not true. It's different when you make observations and inspire your lady, and you know how to, you learn things about her that are not that obvious. you know uh One of the things I think that we should go back on his channel and talk about is, the art of communication and compliments. When a woman has some prominent feature, oh, she's gorgeous, and you know how many times she heard that. It's not, well, it's nice to know that you feel this way, but it's not like a unique observation. When you know her rare qualities, and maybe there's something very special about her, that's okay to make those compliments and observations, but make sure you don't over sugar this, because it's kind of repulsive.
I confirm. I approve
Yes.
this message, Veronica.
Oh
Totally.
my, you're killing me.
It is true.
And I approve this message. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Yeah. Yes, I mean, we love compliments, but you need to know when to start, when to stop.
Exactly.
When is a good time, and when is, maybe noticing something, and just, it's also how you say it.
And also just show it with actions. Say, instead of saying, "Oh, you are so beautiful" for the five
Mhm.
thousand times, say this. Take this, my beautiful lady. They are
Yeah,
beautiful like
let's cheer.
they are beautiful like
Let's
you.
cheer. Yeah, let's
Sorry.
cheer. This is our drink tonight, our roses. Man, I love this aroma. I
One
can,
second.
I really love it. I will stop tonight. I do too much then. Well, it depends. I don't know what you do, Mikey. I can tell you for sure that some of it is it can be repulsive.
It
It
can be
can
too
be
much. Yeah.
yes. Oh, did you spill the water?
No, 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 no. It's just my lighting fell down.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to put the AC because it's really hot right now.
Yes.
Sorry.
Andrea is in a warm climate, unlike me. I was actually thinking to walk today. Some of our lives, if you don't mind, I'm gonna be walking because I love being outside, especially when it snows. You know me, I always need fresh air. Yeah, too much compliment is, I don't know how to explain it. I hope you understand, why it is. It's like putting too much butter on a piece of bread, and it's too much, you're gonna feel like, oh, you're gonna gag, right? It's a gagging reflex.
Yes.
Freezing rain? No, I'm not walking on the freezing rain. Okay, let me see. Craig. Hey, Craig. Is it correct to say Craig? Is it Craig or Craig? If a Ukrainian woman is considering dating a Western man, does she have higher expectations for that Western man than she would if she dated a Ukrainian man? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I think that she didn't meet a Ukrainian man that who could provide her what she wanted, probably. And guys, in what's going on right now, there are talks with ending the war. It's going to be very, very difficult, but at least they've been happening right now, today and yesterday, and I was watching it. But we are in it, and right now you can't even. Unfortunately, Ukraine is losing so much men. Ukrainian women are not necessarily looking for something outrageous. Most of Ukrainian women just want very simple things, such as stable environment, a home, children, and they want a man who respects them. And we already had less men before this war, and now with this war, I can't even. I don't even want to go into this. So no, she does not compare that. She generally wants to have a man that has serious intentions, and it depends on a woman. It's here is a very important thing. There are some ladies that maybe want to live in the country, that maybe want to live very quiet life. You have to understand who she is and what she wants. Some of my very unsuccessful clients were men who I warned that these ladies are not for them. These ladies are in show business. These ladies have just the plastic surgeries themselves are investment. They are not here to settle, with a man who is a teacher in the middle of nowhere, like some people did. They're not they're not interested in his intellect, is not interested in his little home. There are ladies that are on a different level. So their appearance is their business. You have to respect that and say, I every beautiful woman has this phrase in her life, I admire you, I know you're out of my league. It's when the man honestly understands that he cannot keep up this kind of woman because she's just not for him. She's not a bad woman, but she's not for him. So in order to really answer your question, when you choose a woman, if you live in a country, you need to tell her what you do. You have to be honest, and maybe that's your dream. I had friends when I moved here in the middle of nowhere in this tiny little town. I had friends who just had babies in Ukraine, in Kiev, and they were like, "Oh, you're so lucky. You have so much space. You have so much greenery. You don't have this traffic. It's easy to get around." And some of my friends were like, "Oh my goodness, how do you make it there?" Because we used to like big city life and stuff. So I think most importantly is to ask, to see, not only ask but see, observe her and see what kind of lifestyle she wants. I hope I've answered that. Aaron has a question to you.
Can the guest Andrea say her name and background? Oh, so
Aaron
yeah,
is
my
intrigued.
I go more by Alina actually, but my full name is Andrea Alina, and I'm almost equally Scottish, Spanish, and Russian. But I was born in Spain and raised, and I also lived in the UK. I lived in London for many years,
Mhm.
and now I live in Florida. But yes, I'm Scottish, Spanish, and Russian, almost equally.
Yes, look at that. So yes, very exotic mix. I'm telling you. Uh, Alina used to comment on sometimes on my videos back then, and when I saw her comments and I look at her photo, I'm like, oh great, I have bots commenting. Like I couldn't believe that. Oh, I could not believe that somebody, that she was real, and I didn't believe it until she reached out to me, because also my channel was for mostly for men. So could not believe that you were watching my videos and you were real.
Thank you. Someone says Alina's the United Nations.
Yes, yes, right. Yeah.
Thank you. You saved me from the. I discovered your channel in coronavirus times, and you saved me from my misery, isolated in
Oh,
London. And I was like, wow, I cannot believe how uh, Veronica thinks exactly like me. It's unbelievable, and I couldn't stop watching your videos and listening to what you were saying, because it completely described my mentality 200%. So Yes.
Dear sisters in spirit, thank you, my darling. Thank you for
Yes.
the kind words. I really appreciate it. I was just surprised because, my channel was really back then targeted. I didn't really have any other topics, but they were targeted basically for men because I was helping men. And I was just like, wow, I'm flattered.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
My
Yes, I
pleasure
love
too.
that you have such a diverse background, and I love it. Doesn't she have a most beautiful accent? I don't know. I think I love your accent, my darling. It's really
Don't
beautiful.
put me on the spot.
I have to. I have to. That's my job. It's my job to embarrass you in public
I know.
in a positive way.
Yes,
Only in like,
we are
you
doing this
know,
therapy.
what?
We are doing this therapy for me.
Yes, yes. Well, we all need it sometimes.
Yeah,
But
I'm very camera shy. I'm not a camera person, but thank you, my dear
yeah, well,
friends.
if you wouldn't say, nobody would know.
Thank you.
So everybody who heard this, please forget. You never heard that. So, oh my God, this is crazy. Do you see the live? I hope we didn't lose our live. No, I don't think we lose our entire life because it says 2 minutes right now. Um, we went over an hour with a live, and we had a little bit over disconnect on
I It didn't disconnect from me.
Oh, okay. Okay, then maybe it will save. It's better be safe. We talked for so long and
I
shared so
know.
many things.
Thank God
But
we were going to do a short live for 10 minutes. I think you said.
Mhm. Well, that failed.
No
Well,
surprise.
we're gonna take that as a topic for another day. The ones that we were the second one.
Otherwise, we will be until 4 a.m. talking.
Yes, we need to get our beauty sleep. So we're gonna be wrapping up. We need to get our beauty sleep, and we will go with the other topic, one of these days, one of these upcoming days. Alina has a busy schedule, so we'll see.
No, we will make time. First things first.
Okay, yes.
Mhm.
So, those of you who want to reach out to Alina, please hop on the website. He says at 4 a.m. It's traditionalcourting.com. If you have issues, you can reach out to me and I will send you contact to Alina as well. You have got all my links. Also, if you watch a recording, I'll post the links under the video. Yeah, I know I'm still live, but I had this moment where I was thrown out, and now my time count only shows 4 minutes. So I'm like, what? How about other 69?
Oh, mine it says 87. So mine
Okay.
didn't cut at all.
Okay, good. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for helping us out. Yeah, one
Thank
way, guys,
you.
where how you can really help us. Maybe you have
I
maybe
will, I
you
will.
maybe you have some favorite videos, maybe even shorts on my channels that you enjoy, or whatever kind of video. You can help tremendously with sharing some videos, because I don't know, maybe I know that I need to improve the quality of my videos, add things. I completely know and understand that, but there are also channels that just talk about absolutely nothing, and they get promoted by YouTube. I think it also that I took a long break. I got on the bad side of YouTube, so I really, really appreciate the help. So sharing is caring. You may not want to share the live because it's so long, but you can share something that you think is good on your Facebook, on your story, to a friend. We also going to make shorter videos, like 7, 9 minutes, 8 minutes, I don't know, under 10 minutes at some point, not live ones, but pre-recorded ones. So that's easier to share. And Andrea, we both, I think you too, Andrea, we love lives, right?
Yes, it's so fun because we can interact with the viewers, and if it's more real, if it's like a regular conversation that we will have normally. So it
Mhm.
feels very, very natural, very, very authentic.
Yes, I love lives. I'm addicted to lives.
Mhm. Yes, it's the realest form of social media, I feel. You
Yeah,
are
I
on a
love
roll lately.
lives.
You are making so many lives every day. I'm loving it.
Cool.
You,
Oh, me?
yeah,
Oh,
you are making so many lives lately, and yeah, I'm enjoying that so much.
oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes. I'm making conscious effort, so my plan is to go live like for about a month, and then just decide of more specific things, and maybe we'll do all the other extra stuff. I just we just trying to give a pulse to my channel, so I really appreciate it. Yes. Thank you. Mm, can you do a talk on traits of successful international? Wait, wait. Can you do a talk on traits of successful international couples? Western men and Ukrainian women. Oh, that's a good question. To make that talk, yeah, we could consider that, but mm, I think you can try to also look for some particular examples. I think there are plenty people, who give interviews, share things. But if I really think about it, I think I could.
Yeah, I think I
Thank
would love
you.
to do this talk. Maybe we can um, memorize it so we can actually do a live about that. I find it very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It is. Um, yes, it is. I mean, it is a good topic, but I feel that to be more exact, you can um I'm sure that you watch some related channels, and sometimes the couples come and share those things. Everybody I know, um personally, I know that if you want from the first, hear it firsthand, all my friends are very private. I Most of them, maybe at some point they would do it, but a lot of people, they just not ready to come, and talk about it. But I can just share some observations about them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, my dear friends, it's getting a little bit late and dark. We have some more things to do, as always, like getting beauty sleep.
The most important thing.
Yes. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I think that to answer, to give a short answer to the topic that we're talking about, I think that women and men both should have options before they are officially committed, because the problem with women, they a lot of times they get tricked and hurt and misled, and how to say this. Men tend to lead you on, tell you things, and be jealous. If you can get anything from this video, don't be jealous. If you have a beautiful woman, she gets attention. Don't be such a small man that is like worrying, oh, who just called you, what did you get? Because obviously she's not with that man. Obviously she's with you. Obviously she doesn't have a ring on her finger.
Like,
Oops.
sorry.
Oops, you see, things are happening. You know, obviously she's not. You have your chance, so don't worry about anybody else, especially before you proposed, before you committed, before you had the courage to change your life, change your mindset, overcome your fears. Um, before you take all these things, don't worry about other men, don't worry about your DMs, don't worry about is she on a dating site, did she took your profile off, don't worry about it.
There
you
is a
know it-
time and place to maybe notice that, and that can bother a man if there is a very established relationship, but not in the courting stage. It's not appropriate then.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, I think that this is very, for example, if I would be with a man, with a man, I would go out. I don't care about his access. I don't care about anything. or anybody. I don't want to bring energy of other people in our date. And in my experience, the most painful moments would be when I would be on a beautiful date and I feel, sometimes there's those moments they're just so special, they never repeat again. You just almost feel drunk from happiness that you met somebody that you're vibing with. And here's a topic of access or topic of some don't bring that in.
Yeah.
Don't bring that in. We don't need no access. We don't. It's just why.
It's so
And
unnecessary to bring that, especially in the early stages.
mm-hmm.
For many people, apparently, even talk about that in the first conversation, and it's without the other person even asking them. So it's like
Yeah.
so unnecessary and such a bad way to start a nice evening or a nice conversation.
Mm-hmm. I actually think that that would be an amazing video to make and maybe even go into depths some of that because that's a mistake people do so often. I think they want to feel empathy. I've worked with men before. I mean, mostly with men, and I think men want to feel empathy. Oh, I had a bad divorce, or my ex was. I just think a new person not gonna give you empathy. They don't know you.
Yeah.
All you're gonna do is ruin the romance, and same applies to um the new relationship. Don't worry about this. I cannot count how many times the men were asking me, do you think she's talking to somebody else? Do you think she's doing this? Well, my question is, do you think it's your business? Before you made it clear that you are there for real. Wait, it's calling. Even the woman, when the woman brings up my ex, I stay quiet. Yeah, she needs my coaching. To never do that. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think, is it Polish? I don't speak Polish. I speak Ukrainian. But I don't speak Polish. Or maybe it's Czech. I used to speak Czech actually, but then I forgot. I was so mad that I had to study Czech. And I studied, I get my A's and then I forgot, specifically forgotten it because I was so mad. Now I regret it. But Czech is similar to Ukrainian and Polish as well. So, all right, my dear friends, thank you so much. We, as always, went way too far. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this live on YouTube or I'm gonna put it on my Patreon. I will think about it. But nevertheless, please send us your ideas and things. I also want to talk about events that are going on. Me. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, share us your comments, your ideas, and thank you so much for joining.
Thank
I hope,
you.
yes, I hope that all of us will get a little bit, become a little bit more confident and not look for validation and not hurt other people because of our insecurities. I mean, we all have this sometimes. Um, I think the good question to ask yourself when you meet a new person is how my insecurities are going to ruin this relationship, because we all have them. And um sometimes it's time to elevate and have trust, and don't hyper focus on what somebody think about you rather than have a really good time, really connect. This is only a short time in a relationship when you meet somebody, when you can just you know let yourself enjoy the other person. We don't have to worry about mortgage yet, so just enjoy it. pay attention, but
And
when
also,
we
sorry.
uh-huh. Go ahead. I want to hear from you.
And also, don't feel entitled to something you haven't earned yet. You
Mm-hmm.
have to give time, and you have to let actions talk. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I don't even if I don't even feel it's only an insecurity problem. It's also an entitlement problem that
Mm-hmm. Well,
you haven't
entitlement, I
earned
think, is
this
part
yet.
of it. Mm-hmm. I think entitlement is part of it because you are so attached, you're so worried about things when you shouldn't. I feel like
Mhm.
love is like a butterfly. Like when you try to you build your trust, your butterfly so happen, set on your hand, you start squeezing it, you're gonna ruin it.
Yeah,
Yes, let the woman build trust for you so she doesn't feel like she needs to be protected from you. Yes. All right. Have a wonderful night, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thank you for everybody who joined. It was nice and and cozy. And
thank you,
Alinочка,
everybody. Thank you so much. Everybody's so kind as always, and yeah, thank you. Have a good evening, everybody.
yes, thank you, Alinочка. We'll connect a little bit later and post your questions, concerns, and have a beautiful and relaxing night. Good night, everybody. Thanks for helping to our mods. Thank you. Bye, everybody.